So what do 8-year-olds know, and what has the movie Frozen been telling them this entire time that apparently I was the only person on earth not aware of? It's called Hygge, and it is a concept that means comfortable and cozy, and it's a way to basically get through the winter without being super depressed, being down, sad, and having a plan to create more intimacy with yourself and those around you. And we're going to talk about it in this episode. I'm the creator and curator of the Donna's Project, and we are basically a hub of self-care, routines and rituals that help you recharge and get through the day sometimes, or live your best life all of the time. But if you want to join us, you can do that below, and you can subscribe, you can like, you can follow, you can listen to the podcast, you can buy some merch, you can even join our moon circles. Okay, so the reason why we're all here, Hygge, let's talk about it. So I did a whole podcast on this, which is linked below, and there's also a video on it if you want to watch that. But this is basically the abridged version to get you up to speed quick. So it's a noun, it's an adjective, it's a verb, it's a way of life, it's a vibe. Hygge is about cozy, comfortable, and the Danish have been doing it since the 18th century, where it appears in a lot of those texts that were written then. There are also a bunch of books about it, which are linked below. If you want to go to the experts and the people who've been doing it their whole lives, this is something I've just been doing for the last couple of months for this winter season in New York City. But basically, Hygge wants you to create intimacy with yourself and your friends. Again, small groups, not large parties. It wants you to be comfortable. It wants you to be cozy. It wants you to be sitting by the fire with your cheeks all rosy. That is the line from Frozen. I didn't think of that. It wants you to create simple rituals and routines. It wants you to be more present in the everyday mundane tasks. So like drinking a cup of coffee, being present while you eat, being present in the moment, not active and on your phone, and being, passive while you're drinking that coffee or drinking that tea. It wants you to be present. It wants you to feel the warmth. It wants you to taste it. Kind of think about it like when you're drinking wine, how you're very present in drinking wine if you're tasting it. I mean, you're supposed to be. And you're tasting the tannins and you're tasting the flavors and you're looking for those things. That's how it wants you to be basically while you're doing everything in the winter months. It wants it to become an extension of you, not something that you have to, think of like a to-do list or stress out about or have this big grand plan. It's about reading a book. It's about getting off your phone. It's about putting a puzzle together. It's about being super present when you're cooking and being active in it, maybe doing it with somebody else. It's about having like a dinner party with friends and not all being on your phones and having conversation and just sitting there and enjoying them and not having this big giant dinner party where there's people down at that end and people down at that end. It's about a small group and being together. It's about the conversation. It's about things that preserve, promote, and enhance your mental health. If it's stressing you out, we're not doing it. It's candles, it's fireplaces, it's comfort foods, it's blankets. It's not anything you should have to buy. So don't get into the commercial hype of this. It's more about things you already have and I hope you have a book at home and I'm sure you got a blanket. And it doesn't also have to be winter. It could be the summer. It could be going to the park for a walk. It could be barbecues. It could be riding your bike. It could be going out and playing with your kids in the backyard. What it is not sitting on your phone. It is not Netflix and chilling. It is not passively having Netflix on while you're sitting there on your phone doing something else and really not even paying attention to anything at all. It's about being intentional. It's about going out for a walk. It's about when you're watching a movie, sitting there and fully watching it. It's about embracing winter. It's about relaxation. It's about rejuvenation. It's about indulgences. Again, not large parties. It's not about having no plan. It's not about just being alone. If you're going to be alone, it's an intentional being alone. Journaling, coloring, putting a puzzle together, writing, reading a book, listening to music. That's something I've been doing in my house. I've been listening to music, and instead of just like having it on passively in the background, I've been like intentionally like listening to it and paying attention and listening and putting on some jazz music and things like that and really, really enjoying the music. It's about keeping it simple. It's about keeping it minimal. It's about decluttering. It's about the essence and kind of feel good of the moment. So what have I been doing? I told you I'm doing like the music thing. I'm doing a lot of cooking. I'm making meals with my significant other. We're enjoying them together. We're kind of intentionally going for a walk and going shopping and getting the ingredients. We do live in New York City, so that's a bit easier. We're coming home. We're making it together. We're enjoying it, making the meal and enjoying one another's company while eating it and having conversation and kind of leaving our phones in the other room. Other ways I'm doing it is connecting with friends, really small and intimate. I've also been drinking like a lot of hot beverages, making a lot of stews and soups, and catching up with people. Instead of just sitting and texting them, I've been FaceTiming them or going on a Zoom if I can't see them and they're not around, or I've been trying to meet up in person and even going for a walk together, or sitting down and having a cup of coffee at a coffee shop or outside, which I did one day and it was really, really freezing, but we still did it. So I've also been trying to enjoy winter activities. I went to Bryant Park and I did the bumper cars there. I've been going for walks in the morning. And the other thing I've been doing is I've been enjoying like the silence of the house. So when it's quiet, I've really just been sitting and enjoying the silence and just like embracing that moment. And I've been waking up in the morning when it's really, really dark and kind of sitting in the darkness and meditating and, journaling and just like really, really sitting with my thoughts. So these are some of the things I'm doing. I'd love to hear what you're doing if you want to sound off in the comments below. And if you've made it this far, if you do comment below with your name, I will read it out on the next episode and I'll shout you out on the podcast. So that's pretty much it. Let me know what you're doing this month. Let me know what you've been doing these past winter months. I am very eager to hear it because again, this is how we get ideas to do things. And I thank you so much for watching this episode. You can follow, you can like, you can subscribe, and let me do that one more time. You can follow, like, subscribe, and I will see you on the other side. Thank you so much for supporting. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.